Welcome to the Almost Live Show with me, the Gabby Cabby, on SRB Radio at the home of soul, at the Jewel in Birmingham's Crown, the Jam House, for another evening with Ben Drummond. An acoustic evening that happens every last Tuesday of the month, supporting B1%. And joining me first on the show is a young lady that we hooked up with about 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago.
6 months ago.
You're joking
No,
me. You are
gone.
Emma Ballantyne. You are so joking with me. It's untrue.
No, I think it was 6 months
Blimey,
ago.
was
It was
it
back in
that
November,
long?
I reckon. Yeah,
Now, a lot's happened to you
that is true. Yeah.
in 6 months. A lot happens to everybody in 6 months. But not everybody gets to have their track to be track of the week in such an established place like Kew.
That's right. Yeah, since I was last here, I've been recording, and
Yeah.
the EP that we recorded in January has launched, which is obviously a big milestone. And "The Love I Seek," one of the tracks off the EP, was picked out by Q Magazine.
Yeah.
And people can check it out still on their list if they'd like to have a look at that. And we had a big launch last week for it with sort of band, choir, everything, and managed to get it up to about 15 in the alternative charts on iTunes. So it's been a good week.
Yeah. I wouldn't say a good week. I'd say a fantastic week.
It's been probably the best one so
Now,
far.
the proof of the pudding is always in the eating of it.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I haven't eaten it yet, but
No.
but maybe I
But
should.
you and I were just standing down there in the Jam House. How many people come over to you and said, "Saw you on YouTube,
did,
I saw
I
you,
know.
were great, loved it." Did you fall over going upstairs? And that's what they said to you, didn't they?
They did. Well, there was a bit in the video where I walked backwards, and
Yeah.
it was touch and go, but I managed to stay upright, which would have made a different kind of video if I'd fallen over. So
Yeah.
No, it's nice that people have seen it, and it's nice to be back here. I think this is the third time now that I've played the Jam House, so it's really cool to be to feel like I'm coming back somewhere familiar and seeing some familiar faces.
And it's nice and light now as well.
Lovely, yeah,
It's
yeah.
great, isn't it?
I like this time of year.
And how's things in London? Because you're based in London.
That's right,
You're
yeah.
originally from Salisbury, but now you're based in London.
That's right. Yeah, I've been basically since about November of last year. I've been touring a lot. So I've done 3 UK tours, and I did a tour to Germany in May. And it's just been the best thing I've done, really, getting out there, meeting new people, playing all the tracks for new ears, and coming to places like the Jam House, which before, when I was just based in London, I wouldn't have got to play. So yeah, it's been brilliant. I think it's the best bit, really, about being an independent artist, is just getting to kind of plan your route, go and see lots of different people, and hopefully get to play live for as many of them as possible.
How did you get to Germany? And don't say by either boat or by air, because I know that. But how did you get connected with the German tour?
Yeah, it's a good question. It was a couple of different things, really. They have a great circuit there. So if you can find someone that's already toured to Germany, there are loads of venues. They love their singer-songwriters, they love
Correct.
solo artists, and you can really plan a whole route of just solo gigs with your guitar, which is brilliant. And, maybe a little bit in contrast to the UK, you can actually cover all your expenses and make a bit of money as you go, which is really
Good.
Which is refreshing. And it meant that I did a house concert in Cologne, I did gigs in Dresden, I did one in a place called Meissen, a place called Lübeck, and everywhere people were really welcoming. Mostly they'll put you up as well and give you a meal, and so there's a really nice kind of welcoming vibe there. And there's even websites where you can go and say, look, I'm coming to Germany, do you want to host a gig? And a lot of the time people will say yes, and we'll make it work. So it was
What kind of numbers would come out and support in those venues?
I mean, the biggest one, I reckon we probably had 80 odd people
Okay,
in that. It was quite
good.
a small little bar, and it was
Yeah.
jammed to the rafters. And in every place there was at least sort of 30 odd people. So they're little intimate gigs,
Yeah.
but people are just very appreciative of live music there. And most of the gigs I did were sort of hand the hat round at the end, but people were putting
Yeah.
in sort of €5 or more as standard, which is just really nice, because they could
Yeah.
have just gone, well, that was nice, and I'm just going to buy myself a pint instead. But there's a real sense of like supporting gig musicians and wanting to get out of your house of an evening and listen to some live music, which is brilliant.
Which is what it's all about
Which is
as
what
well.
it's all about.
Tell me about, people you want to come out of the house, but on that one gig you went into their house.
did, yeah.
How big was that house?
It was it was a big flat, but it was a flat basically, and I reckon we crammed about 30 people into that living room, and it was one of my favourite gigs actually, because you're literally, if you stepped forward, you'd probably be on somebody's lap, but everyone was like, you could hear a pin drop, everyone was really welcoming. I sort of hung out with everybody before and after, and I mean, most musicians I know will do a mixture now, sort of house concerts and booked gigs, because it just brings you really close to people. Yeah. They feel they've seen something really special and intimate. You get to kind of, rather than kind of turning up, doing a gig and disappearing, you feel like you've really met a whole new bunch of people. And I think it's something that's really easy to set up now as well. Before, finding somebody who wanted you to do a gig in their living room was quite difficult, but now, you can just post online. There are websites like Sofa Concerts and So Far Sounds, which is all about doing gigs in people's homes. So it's a whole
in this country
thing
as well.
Yeah. So Far Sounds is a bit more established and a bit more formal, but basically the idea is they host kind of underground gigs that you only hear about if you're a member of So Far Sounds, and they've had really big names of people coming up through the ranks who've done gigs for So Far Sounds, and it's basically living room gigs, but really great artists. And Sofa Concerts is a German equivalent, which you kind of set up a profile and someone will say, I've got a gig, I've got a slot here, you're planning a route there, let's set something up. So
fantastic.
It's great.
And tell me about your EP. Actually, before we talk about your EP, how did you get onto the Q magazine? Talk me through that. How did you get to be Track of the Week?
Well, you basically have to pitch them a video. You have to send it off to them. And I did a video with a filmmaker called Todd McDonald, who's brilliant. If you look him up, he's done videos for artists like Winterfall, and I just loved his work, and when I got the chance to work with him, I was kind of flattered that he wanted to work with me, to be honest, because I'd already seen his stuff and loved it. And he managed to get us into the Union Chapel, which is a great venue in London, a really big church, basically, that doubles as a music venue. And we shot it in one take through all the corridors and stairways of this venue, which is like a rabbit warren, and I was sort of singing to the camera and turning away at times, and sort of it was a bit like, if you've seen the film Birdman, that kind of continuous take effect. And I'm pretty sure that it was that sort of videography that grabbed their attention, because they get pitched stuff all the time, they're looking for good music, but you've also got to have something that's visually, because it's a video slot, they want to see something that grabs people visually. So Todd, if you're listening, then that was a really good coup getting the Union Chapel for that one.
But it is great kudos for you as well, isn't it?
Oh, it makes a huge difference. I mean, there's a lot of people doing this, you want to send people something, and it's even better if you can say, here it is on Q, or, I did an interview the other day with one of my home radio stations in Wiltshire, BBC Wiltshire, BBC Introducing have played it, all those sorts of things. They're sort of, each thing individually might be just a small little step along the way, but it just means you can say to people, this is being heard, people are actually listening to this, taking it seriously, so it makes a big difference. And I think it's great having stations like yours and other programmes that actually support artists on the way up, because it's that kind of endorsement and people actually backing you that helps you gain momentum and get out there.
Tell me about it. Now tell me about your EP.
Sure.
Have you got the hard copy? Is it just on iTunes?
It's on iTunes. It launched last Friday, and it was in the charts. I think it's not in the charts right now, but it was for a couple of days, which was brilliant. We got up to about number 15, and people can buy it there. It's on Amazon. You can listen to it on Spotify, and I've also got hard copies with me tonight. So anyone who's coming down to the Jam House, you can pick it up there.
Well, I'll buy one.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
How many tracks are on it?
5 tracks. 4 originals, 1 cover.
What cover?
I did a cover of Suzanne Vega, The Queen and the Soldier.
Okay.
It's a really beautiful song. Not that many people know it, but I think it's one of her most beautiful songs. And it's a story song, so it's about 5 or 6. It's quite a long song. Not really suitable for radio, but it's a beautiful... She just uses words so beautifully in it. And my song, Flying Machine, from my old EP, was quite inspired by her work, and this song in particular. So it was great to be able to put my own take on it and add it to the record.
Do you think if you're going to do a cover, you're best taking something that people don't particularly instantly recognise from an artist and do that in your way, rather than take their biggest hit and cover their biggest hit in the same way? There's not much point in doing the latter, is there really?
Well, I mean, I think there's two routes you can take. I think it's great when you hear a song that everybody knows done in a way that really surprises people.
Yes.
So an artist I know from London called Kimberly Ann, who's doing really well at the moment, has just been in the UK top. She was number 4 in the charts with a song with "Show Me Love."
What, the charts?
Of the official UK charts, yeah.
Okay.
Done really well. And that was a song with producer Sam Felt. It was a take of "Show Me Love," the very well-known song.
Yeah.
But her voice is so distinctive and the way they do it is so different that I can see why it's done really well. And I think that's what you don't want to do, is do a song everybody knows in kind of the same way that it's been done before. There is no point in doing that. And then I think the other route is to take a song that people don't know, because quite, in my case, it's a chance to say to people, this is the kind of thing that inspires me, this is who I listen to. It's a chance to kind of in a way just show where you've come from as a songwriter.
Yeah.
And I think you still want to put your own take on it. I think the songs are similar in some ways in terms of how I've recorded it, but we've done different instrumentation. So there's trumpet and strings on there, and the whole thing is a bit more. She does it in quite an American. Well, she's Canadian, but she has that sort of accent, and so it's a little bit more anglicised and a bit different. It's a cover that I've been doing for, years and years and years.
You're doing
live,
it tonight?
And I will do it tonight, yes. So people can hear that tonight. And it's just great to finally have put my stamp on it and put it out there.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And your other tracks that's on that, talk me through the others.
So it's a mixture. There's 2 on there which are brand new, even since I was last talking to you. I did some writing before Christmas, and so The Love I Seek and Tourist, which is the title track, both brand new songs. And I think you shouldn't have favourites, but I think they're the 2 that I most enjoy playing.
Now, did I read on your Facebook account that, I'm sorry to point at you.
No, don't worry.
But you thought that was The Love I Seek, the weakest
track? Oh, yeah.
I thought I did. Tell me about that.
Well, I liked it when I wrote it.
Yeah.
And I knew that there had something about it, but when we were in the studio, it just wasn't coming together. The beat wasn't sitting right. There were just things about it that we were with my producer, we just sort of went, I'm not sure what to do with this. And the other songs, meanwhile, were kind of going really smoothly, and we built up loads and loads of stuff. But we didn't actually record bass in that first session. We did 3 days at Montevalli Studios in Wales, and we didn't do the bass, and so that was quite an important part. And we also hadn't put any trumpet in, and that came later. And we got a trumpeter actually in New York to record everything remotely and send it over to us. And so once you have that, the trumpet, the backing vocals we put on later as well. There were all sorts of bits that weren't there right at that first stage, which we added in later. And then, I think so much of it is in mixing it right and
the
final polishing and production. And by the time, I remember, sending it off to a couple of people for a second opinion, and them coming back and saying, that's the track, that's the single, that's the one you should, pitch to radio and everything. And being not surprised, but just, it has sort of crept up on us a bit, because it's really easy when you're in the studio and you're kind of stressing out a bit to go, it's a disaster, this is the dud, I just remember thinking, well, there's 4 other tracks, so you're allowed 1 dud. And actually, it's probably my favourite to play now, and it's certainly the one that's had the most sort of listens and people have liked most, so you never know, really.
You don't, do you?
You just can't tell.
And that's the process with making that record, all them different things, all those different factors that you put in there. It's just like a big cooking pot.
Oh yeah.
And it just comes out sometimes different to what you actually put it in.
And if we're going to go with the cooking, some songs are a bit like a stir fry. You bang it all in, you fry it all up, and it tastes lovely. And some things just take a bit longer to stew, and I think that was one of them. And there's a song on that record that I actually wrote years ago, didn't put it on the first EP, partly because it just wasn't the right fit for the other songs on there, so I've kept it in my back pocket. And that's finally, it's called Fall, and that song, finally kind of came into its own during this recording process. So some of them just need time to kind of mature and take shape, basically.
Isn't it nice that you can just go, hold on, here's this song I've just got out of my pocket here, and I'm just going to put it onto this new EP. Fantastic.
It was funny. Well, it was funny actually, because I worked with a producer called Pete Waterman on this record.
Oh, I've heard of him, yes.
Not the Pete Waterman, different Pete Waterman, confusingly. But he's a great producer, and and it was actually great discipline working with a producer, because he said, right, this is your songwriting deadline. This is the day we're going to go into the studio. This is the day I have to have the songs for the other instruments to learn. You know, he just sort of gave a structure to everything. And so by about a week before the songwriting deadline, I thought I had all of the tracks written, and I hadn't written The Love I Seek by then. And it was that classic thing of sort of the pressure of it and wanting to write the best things I could. You know, I suddenly sort of woke up one morning, I was like, I've got this new idea, wrote the song, sent it to Pete, and I was like, is it too late to put this one on? And he said, no, it's fine, we can put it on. So, sometimes I think a bit of a deadline is a good thing.
Yeah, sometimes it is, especially with you artists. Because if you don't have a deadline, you do, don't you? You just go, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll just like jam a little bit. But if you've got something to jam about, and a little bit of stress, not too much kind of, it's got to get done. Because when you force things, it just doesn't flow, does it? The ink somehow just doesn't come out of that pen when it's forced. You have to
give yourself a whole week, nothing else to do, and you wouldn't write anything. And then the minute you've got a deadline, you can write something in a few hours. And it sometimes works that way. But yeah, I mean, it's funny how many... I remember saying to him, he was sort of saying to me, before we do any more recording, before we do any more EPs or an album or anything, you need to probably write about 30 plus songs to get those 4 or 5 that are strong enough for the next EP. And I think that's probably about right in terms of the ratio. You know, I've written dozens of songs over the years, but you sort of filter it down from there to the ones that you actually keep.
Now, how can people hook up with Emma Ballantyne?
It'd be great if they did, yeah. I have a website, it's emmaballantyne.com.
Spell your surname.
I will. It's like the whiskey, if I'm allowed to say that.
Of course you are.
It's Ballantine. And from there you can find my Facebook page, my Twitter page, and I've just joined Instagram, but I've only posted a few photos. So if you're an Instagrammer, give me time, I'm going to post more.
Emma, looking like I do you think I'm on Instagram?
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't hazard a guess.
I don't do Instagram. SoundCloud, are you on that as well?
I am also on SoundCloud. Okay. New EP is not on there just yet, but you can find that on Spotify, iTunes, all of those places. So.
And this album that you're going to be doing shortly, well, perhaps not shortly, but next year sometime.
Yeah, I'm starting to think about it. Yeah. The ambition is to do... And I think an album's a very different beast than an EP. I think with an EP, it's about putting together a set of songs that works as a set, but it can be, you can have quite a lot of variation in there, and it's not as big a statement. It's kind of, I feel like if you're an artist early on, it's a way of saying this is, the latest update. Whereas I feel like an album is a bigger statement. It's like saying this is what I want to say as a singer-songwriter, and it's not that I think I'm getting closer to being ready to do that, but I've learnt so much producing this last record. I've changed a lot as an artist, the type of stuff I'm writing, where I'm using my voice, all sorts of things have sort of evolved, and I sort of want to wait until it feels right. I've got the songs that I want to do, and I'm working with the right person, and then I think I'd love to do that, definitely.
I totally agree. Don't rush anything, kid.
Yeah.
Let it all come naturally. Right, on that note, can I thank you very much for your time, young lady? Because I've just heard Drummond.
He's made his start.
He's down there.
Well, look, I've loved talking to you. Thanks so much.
Mate.
And I'll keep you posted.
Appreciate it. I'm going to go and buy one of your EPs as well.
Okay. Great.
Brilliant.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Once a man fell in love with the sky. He looked up and he made up his mind. He gathered all the feathers that he could find, and he bade his time. Well, this man with his head in the clouds got a bona fide science degree. He said, now I can build my flying machine. Just you wait and see. He built himself a studio on the 17th floor of the highest block he could find, leaving the world behind. soul, he said. For you, yes, I built this soul for you. Well, a girl on the same block as he climbed the staircase one day just to see. She said, I'm in love with the same sky too. Won't you take me with you? Oh no, he said, you don't understand. It's a dream in my head. I have fears in my head. I'll go, she said, as the gentleman tried to explain. He said, nuts and bolts, blood and tears. Oh, my ambition for all these years. Private hopes and lonely fears. I cannot share this, he said, with you. No, I cannot share this with you. Well, the 17th floor went quiet one day, and the girl climbed the staircase to say it's okay. So many plans we make never come to anything anyway. She saw that the living room window was open. Nothing remained of the man that she'd spoken to. Just a dent on the bed with a clue that he'd been there at all. Oh, she said, you built your machine. And she pictured him swimming in the clouds that she could see. Oh, she said, I wish I could have seen the moment when you made it to the sky. Oh, nuts and bolts, string and glue. Oh, we watched them fly, but we don't know where to. I'll build this soul, she said, for you. Yes, I'll build this soul for you.
It's very posh, it's very swanky, it's very big, my office, isn't it?
Lovely, yeah.
I must be so important to have an office like
You
this.
must be.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Where's your desk go?
Ain't worked that out yet. No. It's not my office. You know what I mean? I just pretend. I am in front of now a wonderful young lady, right? Megan Reese. I thought you knocked it out on that stage.
Thank you.
Superb. If I can describe you, you're a bit bigger than me, most people are.
Heels.
Yeah. Kind of Americano, 50s, kind of the Fonz Happy Days, that kind of, and the tambourine.
Yeah.
I Want You Back, Jackson's, killed it, smashed
thank
it,
you.
brilliant. I'm guessing one person that you wouldn't want back is one of the tracks that you actually wrote about.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
Yes.
I gathered that
Yeah.
from your lyrics. Yeah.
Be a surprise if I was still there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, that was an emotional song to write, really.
Yeah.
It's about 7 years old now, I think, that song.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that?
I thought it was. I thought your whole performance was brilliant.
Thank you.
I thought, you've got a really soulful, really belting out them numbers,
Yeah.
and that number in particular really you seem to like just
Get
grab
into
it. Yeah, you
I
did,
can't
didn't you?
sing it without fully singing it, if you know what I mean. Some songs are just
Yeah.
like that. Some covers that I sing are a bit like that. There's a song called I'd Rather Go Blind, Etta James. Do you know
Brilliant.
that? Great song.
Paul Weller
I
covered
love
that.
singing that
Yeah.
because I think those types of songs, when it's just full of that pain, you can't help but really be there when you're singing it. And that's, I don't think So Is like that for me, because of when I wrote it, it was just so... I think I wrote it in about 15 minutes. It just all just came out, and that was it. So it's just very raw.
Now, I got that, you know, I got from that track. Was you, like, pregnant when
I was,
you,
yeah.
when you
I wrote
walked
it when,
out
I,
and
when I was
stuff?
pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've got 4 sons, and that was with my second. I was pregnant with my second, so I did stay with my ex for a while after.
Okay.
But I had to get that emotion out at that time, but it was not a great relationship. As you
So
can
you've
tell.
had 4 kids?
4 boys, yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
How old's your oldest?
He's going into high school this year. He'll be 12 in December.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
Blimey, 4 as well.
I know.
Don't look as though you've had 4 kids.
Thank you.
You really don't. You've recovered ever so well.
Yeah, they keep me young, to be fair.
Yeah. And usually when you've got, so I mean, if your oldest is 12, I'm guessing that you've got 4, 3 of them younger than that.
Yes, yeah.
And especially in the school holidays. Now, we've only had a few days of the holidays.
Yeah, I know.
I got in on the second day. My wife was climbing the walls.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And we've
That's
only got
exactly.
one.
I think it is day
Yeah.
2 when it hits you and you think, go back to school, please. But God love those teachers. But yeah, we're having fun times as well. It's just a bit, it's a shock to the system when you're used to having that time for yourself and to work and everything. I'm having to juggle everything right now. So it's nice to have some time with them though.
So what other tracks do you write?
I wrote the last song as well. I've written some kind of in that sort of old-fashioned style as well. Almost one of them is quite a country blues style, and I mean, when you only have a short set, you have to sort of choose songs that are going to flow together. But I've got songs on SoundCloud, original songs, if you ever want to hear them. But I've written a lot.
Megan, don't ever say that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hear them.
Everyone wants to hear them.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Come on, guys. Click on SoundCloud.
Exactly.
Yeah, so-
And your website and your Twitter feed and your Facebook.
Yeah.
Check it all out. Tell us all about
Megan
it.
Sings the Blues on Twitter, and Facebook, my page is Megan Reese Music. I always say I'm Megan Reese and these guys are the music. Yeah, I have a little band now. And it was just me and Chris as a duo for a while, so we used to be called Acoustic Alliance, so you'll find tracks on there with that name as well. But yeah, we've got nice support going on at the moment, and it's great to come and play the Jam House. I mean, it's a brilliant music venue.
What coloured eyes are they? They're like brown, aren't
Hazily, yeah. They're kind of brown with a hint of green, I think.
Okay. So tell me about your band.
Well, like I said, Chris and me were just an acoustic duo for the last 3 years.
Yep.
And I've got a new partner now, James, who plays cajon. He's actually a great singer as well. But he plays and he does a bit of backing vocals. We're trying to incorporate that.
Yeah.
So we've got a fuller sound. But it definitely works with the cajon, I think. Adds more of a dynamic to our songs. And a lot of people say we should get a full band going on. But I think the things that me and Chris do with our instruments, obviously me with the voice and Chris with the guitar, we don't want to disguise too much of that. So we like this sort of acoustic loose feel at the same time. But so far, I think it sounds pretty good. We're always looking to sort of expand our repertoire and develop in different ways.
And Nina Simone is a
I
hero
love
of
Nina
yours.
Simone. I love just the whole older kind of bluesy, soulful Etta James, Aretha Franklin, and singers like that definitely made me want to sing as well. But I mean, there's so many different and sort of modern singers that I love as well. I loved Amy Winehouse. I think that jazziness in her voice was lovely. But I don't like to cover too many obvious songs because you get compared then a lot. And I do try and keep my own sound.
I think you're right. And I was with Emma, we just alluded to that if you're going to do a cover, do something that nobody really knows before, or do one really...
And make it your own.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Completely rework
we do a
it.
few people pleasers. I mean, I Want You Back, we threw that in just because everyone knows it and it's a nice jolly song, but we still think we put our own twist on it and make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
But songs like we did Daniel Bedingfield, Gotta Get Through This, I just sort of, when me and Chris got together, we did a lot of soulful songs, which I love, but I said, we should throw something in there that nobody would expect. I mean, that was a garage song when I was like 13 or something, and it was just a random song that I thought of, but everyone loves that when we do that acoustically, because it's like the type of song where you go, I know this, and then you go, oh, yeah, I haven't heard that for years. So it still brings back memories for people. So we like to surprise people a little.
And where are you from?
Wolverhampton.
Oh, you're a yam yam.
Dodgy accent, yeah.
You don't sound like a yam.
Oh,
though.
thanks.
You don't, do you?
Oh, well,
you're a
I'll try.
posh. You're a posh yam yam
I'm
then.
very posh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My children sound like yam-yams.
I don't know. Well, there you go. Kids are going to school, you see,
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
the
not.
thing.
Where did the tambourines come into it? Works well.
I like the tambourine. Well, I guess when me and Chris were playing together, songs like I Want You Back, before we had the con, we just needed a bit of percussion. I used to think, I'm going to be terrible at this, but I suppose practice makes perfect. I'm getting better. I play piano as well, so a lot of the songs I've written, I play piano. I was tempted to jump on that stage. But
Why didn't you?
Oh no, I really wanted to, but it's just, I very rarely play on stage. I've got 3 pianos at home, so I'm always on it at home. But it's just kind of nerve-wracking when you've not performed for ages.
Yeah.
But I'll have to get back into that, because James loves listening to him play piano at home.
Oh, did you play guitar as well?
I used to, a little, but I was very limited on guitar. I'm not
Okay.
going to say I was any good. I was really not. That's
So
why
do you
I
write
got
your songs
Chris.
on the piano, or do you just
Yeah.
write... You do?
Usually on the piano. I wrote one on the guitar when I was about 17. It's called You. It's a nice chirpy one. And it's the first time I ever picked up a guitar, and I just thought, oh, that sounds nice. But Chris plays it much better than me. So we do still play that one.
So you hadn't played it before, you just picked it up and you got a
Picked it
tune
up.
out of a guitar?
Yeah, I just moved my finger and thought, oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, that goes with that. I've got a good musical ear, but I've never been, like, trained in
Yeah.
the theory of anything. So it's just one of those things.
So what's next for Megan?
Well, what is next? I'm an artist, so at the moment I'm focusing a lot on my paintings.
Oh, you're an artist as well as an artist?
Yeah, I'm a painting
That's
artist.
a double whammy, that is.
Yeah, anything creative, love to get my hands on, but
You're left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Ah, okay.
yes, but I'm an artist of all sorts. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get my painting off the ground, really, at the moment. I'm planning an exhibition in a couple of years, so I'm just painting and painting. I've got a creative spell going on. And musically, we just like to get this sound a bit tighter, because as I said, James has only recently joined us, and we just want to get that sound just right, and the right type of repertoire. I mean, we play a lot of songs now, and just getting gigs in places where people go for the music and they really love the music,
sure.
you know.
How often are you gigging?
We gig every weekend,
Good.
a couple of times a week. We've got 2 weeks off now coming up, which will be nice. It's the first time in a while that we've had 2 weeks off. So, we'll just be rehearsing some new songs maybe.
Fantastic.
I might try and write some.
What do you draw pictures of?
I used to do just portraits. It was always portraits of people, faces, hands. But now, just recently, I've been getting more into abstract things and landscapes, and I paint anything really. I got a commission to paint a dog, 2 dogs actually, and that went really well. I was thinking, can I paint a dog? But I think the things I can't paint are things like technical drawings, like planes or cars. The boys at
They
home.
move too quick, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But even still, I don't think I can. I don't know. I'd have to try. But my son, when he was little, he'd say, "Mum, can you draw me an aeroplane?" And it'd look like a big fish or something. So I know my limits.
And where can people check out your art?
Oh, yeah,
As
good
well as
question.
your music, come on.
I've got an art page on Facebook. It's
Yeah,
called
let's have it.
Oh My Gosh, which sounds strange. It's
Spell
a type
it.
of play.
You're gonna have to spell
it's a type
that.
of paint, yep. Gouache. Oh My Gosh. But it's also got Megan Reese Arts attached to it. So if you type in Megan Reese Art, it'll pop up. And just add me on Facebook, Megan Reese Music, Megan Reese Arts.
Get down with Megan Reese, baby.
Join the fan club, join the friend zone. I don't mind.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
Megan, can I thank you very much, young lady, for your time.
Thank you.
Can't believe you have 4 kids.
Oh, thanks.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
You
back
look
to the
great.
madhouse in a bit.
Cheers, mate.
Thank
you
you.
for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers. Joining me now, I love the way Paris, right? This is radio. You put your hair right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Paris, Georgia joins me now on my almost live show with the Gabby Cabby on SRB Radio. It's almost live because it is almost live. You were live on that stage and you were absolutely superb.
Oh, thank you very much.
Welcome back to Birmingham, all the way from Coventry.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
How's things?
Very well, yeah, not too bad. Not
Okay.
too bad. It's going okay at the moment. Just trying to get myself out there, gig as much as I
Yeah.
can. Obviously, coming back to the Jam House is great because I love this.
Yep.
It's a great venue, isn't it? So, but yeah, just trying to do what I can, really.
When was it that the last time we hooked up with each other?
I think it was January, I think it was January. Yeah, it was.
Time flies.
That's a long time ago now, isn't it?
EP's
yeah.
out.
EP was out,
Yeah.
out in April, so...
I'm going to buy it. I've got
Oh,
it. Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
Yes.
What is it, £5?
Yes. £4.
£4. I'm sure there's
yeah.
4 in there for you.
Yeah.
Sure there's 4 in there for
Thank you very much.
And all the way to Nashville and back since that time we last
Yeah.
booked up.
Yeah, I got back about this time last month. What were we on? We're at the end of
We're July
isn't
now,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, so this time last month I was just about to fly home, and I was out there for 3 weeks just gigging, trying to do as many shows as I can. Obviously, country music is very big over there, and especially Nashville, it's like the home of country music. So I had a ball of the time. I loved it.
Tell me about Nashville, because, you know, for all and sundry, and you're right, when you talk about that area of the world, it's like, you know, Elvis, it's country, it's everything, it's like, it's Nashville, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, there's music everywhere you go, on the streets, in the bars, in the shops even, like, you know, absolutely everywhere. And, you know, although there is a lot of country music, there is diversity in there as well. There is some rock bands going on, and there's lots of everything. I mean, I did a lot of the open mic nights over there as well. Or they call it writers' nights over there.
Okay.
So I did a lot of those, and that was kind of more uptown Nashville, which is not the centre, but it's a bit further up. And you kind of get to know all the locals around and all the musicians that are trying to make it in Nashville. And you do get a big range of music. I mean, when I was there, I kind of expected it just to be country music, which a lot of it is, but you do get the odd folk, or you do get the odd, like, you know, metal band or something. Like, it does completely range, which is really nice to see, to be honest.
Because they like their rock as well, don't they? It's like country, soul, hip-hop and rock in America.
Yeah, definitely, completely.
You know, indie stuff seems to sometimes fall on deaf ears, doesn't it, over there? It's,
definitely, I have to agree. Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, indie music, I think it's quite popular in the UK.
I love it,
Whereas over there, it's a bit quieter, I think, in that field. But so, it's really good there.
Stranger to you? How warm around that campfire was it? Yeah. Seriously, how warm was it?
It was freezing around that wall.
Really?
Yeah, we filmed the music video for that in February.
Okay.
So you can imagine it was very cold at that point. It's still cold now, and it's July, so.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it was absolutely freezing. I only had a little dress on, and
I did notice.
Yeah. And everyone else had their coats, and I did have a coat on, but as soon as we started filming, it had to go off, and I was back in the cold. But I mean, the fire did help a little bit, but I was frozen most of the time.
Where did you cut that video?
It's in Worcester. We did it in Worcester, Bromsgrove sort of area. It was a friend of mine that I produced the EP with.
Yeah.
He has some friends who do videography and were willing to help me out with a video. And
very professionally done.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah,
it was.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it means a lot. Cause, I was very happy with the quality of it. Yeah, really happy.
And your EP, how many tracks are on the EP?
We've got 5 tracks on the EP, and it's £4, or you can get it online for £3.95. £5p less if you want it online.
Great saving.
Exactly. But so it had 5 of the most recent tracks that I wanted on there. A lot of, all the tracks on there were very close to me personally. I wrote all the songs on there, so it was kind of like I really wanted me on the EP rather than, and I produced it. Well, we got a producer to help me produce it the way I wanted it, and it worked. So I'm really happy, and it got to iTunes number 2.
Yeah, you've done well. You're still writing new stuff?
Yes, still writing. I was going to debut another one here tonight, but I decided not to last minute. Just because I wasn't quite confident with it yet. But definitely still writing. I'm hoping to maybe release another EP next year, hopefully. So I'm writing towards that, and then in the meantime still promoting my current EP. So yeah.
How difficult is it? Are there any labels looking at you? What's the score with that?
It's difficult. It definitely is hard. I mean, I didn't expect it to do as well as it did when I released it. And didn't expect that at all. I mean, I had a launch night in Coventry, where I'm from, and that went down really well. I had loads of people come from all over the country, which was really cool, like really nice to see. But in terms of like record labels, it's so hard to get people's attention. Anyone out there that's doing the same thing, I'm sure they'll understand and agree that it is very difficult. But
radio play on stations?
Radio play, I mean, that is actually I find it's quite easy to get. You know, as long as you have something radio worthy, as they say, you know, and something that people will like to listen to online or on a radio station, and I think, you know, you've got a good chance there. But
Coventry and Warwickshire, you're getting stuff on there?
Yes, I'm featured quite often on BBC Introducing Coventry and Warwickshire.
I've noticed.
And I actually, before I went to Nashville, I had an interview with Marion McNamee.
Okay.
On her What's On show, which was really cool as well. So yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, website, give a shout out for all that, because I want to, when I do my shows, I do it for you guys, and I want people to link up, I want people to listen to them, I want people to follow you and to like you, and buy your damn music, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know? So,
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
you know, tell us all about how do you get hold of you?
Yes, so you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, all the online social media.
How?
Search Paris, Georgia, or Paris, Georgia Music, or it should have come up. I don't think there's many people called Paris, Georgia, so...
Do you know, you'd be surprised. Since I've been doing this, and I've been looking into different artists, it's amazing how many there are of the same name, but sometimes, you know, they're the other side of the world.
Oh yeah, you know what? I met someone on YouTube once who had the name Georgia Paris, and she contacted me and she was like, "Oh wow, we've got the same name," sort of thing. Or obviously it's the other way around, but so that's quite interesting. So you do get people that have the same name.
And this little lady only picked up a guitar after she was.
This was in about this time last year, actually.
Because you went into X Factor, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I did X Factor with a girl band last year.
I hate to say that. I was going to say Rejected, but that don't sound right. Although that's the truth. They look at what they want and reject others that.
Yeah, it's
scripted already.
Oh, definitely.
They know what they want. It's almost like, you know, your catalogues, and they'll go, you know, Pink's in this. Or Brown's in, or whatever's in. The winner of the X Factor is Simon Cowell, and it will be who he wants to have taken forward. And you just got caught in that storm.
Yes, I mean, it was a great experience for me, and I don't regret it at all.
You can't, can you?
No, of course not. I mean, everything's a step, isn't it? I mean, everything's an experience, and I appreciate everything that I got from it, and I learned a lot as well. So, you know, you do learn from these things, and it kind of gave me a platform as well to sort of go out there and be confident in myself, even though they didn't want me as a performer in the girl band, and, you know, a few of the girls either, but it's like you kind of do that, you know, and you kind of want to go out on your own and think you don't need other people.
You don't, and it also inspired you to pick up that guitar, and within 7 months of that, writing and performing tunes of your own. So if you'd have been on, like, and got through, you could be on Little Mix or something, couldn't you? Only earning millions.
I always think if I was still doing that in the girl band, I wouldn't have done anything that I've done now. Like, I wouldn't have done my EP, and I wouldn't have learned the guitar. I wouldn't have done everything that I've done, you know. So yeah, I think,
you know something as well, Paris. You'd almost have some strings round the back of you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You are an artist, and you do what you want to do, and I'm sure that is more fulfilling than doing something that somebody else tells you what you've got to do.
Yeah, and you know what? I think back now, and I think to myself, I was actually singing music that I didn't really like. I just sort of did it because I was told to, you know. Whereas now it's kind of all about what I want to do, and I can do whatever I want, and I can go and sing wherever I want, and it's great. I love doing it on my own.
I can tell that because you were, throughout your set, was Drummond making funny noises or doing funny shapes or faces at you? Because you was laughing all through that. You was laughing. I thought Drummond must be pulling faces at him. You was laughing and laughing and laughing through it. You clearly was having the time of your life and loving every moment on that stage. And that stage loved you as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did really enjoy it.
Thank you, Paris, Georgia.
Thank you very much.
And until next time, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Cheers.
To please you, but it's not enough. I always wanna be there when your times get tough. I shouldn't be the jealous type, 'cause you're not
Joining me now on the show.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
I'm really well, really well.
It's John Paul, isn't it?
It is John Paul, indeed.
And you're from Dallas.
I am. I was born in Dallas, Texas. Moved over here when I was 12. Then I went to London, and now I'm in Wolverhampton. So, bit of a gypsy.
And tell me, what brings you to the Jam House tonight?
Well, basically, I run a recording studio in the Wolverhampton area called the Beatsa Bar the Beatsa Bar Music Project, and it's based on the Newhampton Arts Centre, right by the Molyneux football ground. And what happened was we were basically in the studio, and a gentleman came in and he says, I've got this brilliant singer who I need you guys to listen to. Now, the chap was her manager, Wayne Lawrence, and he actually heard our radio show, which is the Beatsa Bar radio show, and that comes out on WCRFM 101.8 every Wednesday.
What time?
10 till 11. The reason why I started a bit is because they're actually moving it forward, because we are getting a bit more listeners, so it might be on at 9 o'clock in the near future. But anyway, we interviewed her, and then we did this thing called the Beatsa Bar, where she gets to go into a lounge and do an acoustics sort of performance, and she did brilliantly. I then told one of my other friends who was on the verge of starting up his own record label called West Park Records, and he said, John, I like her, I want to set up the record label, will you get involved with me as well? So I thought, all right then, I've got the studio, let's start a record label. And that's what we did. So our first sort of artist that we did sign was Caris as West Park Records. Then we also signed another lady who was with my friend before on a different project, but she signed as well, Amy G. And we've got two girls who are brilliant singers, brilliant songwriters, and Caris is performing at the Jam House tonight. Oh! So it was a long way, but I got there in the end.
Full circle, baby!
Yeah.
So your radio station, tell us all about that and how people can hook up with it on Twitter and on Facebook. Because I want to link up with you.
You do?
Because we're doing we're doing similar things.
Exactly.
And the amazing thing is, you're working, you have got an English record label in Wolverhampton, and we're working for an American record label in Birmingham.
So it's a bit weird.
Talks about face, isn't it, really?
Exactly. But what's basically happened is the radio station is a community radio station. It's been going for a number of years. I can't remember on the top of my head, but I think the 1980s is probably when it started. They've had a guy called Pete Whitehouse. He was the one who started up the radio station, and he just carried on going, went from strength to strength. The community radio station was a lot bigger than it probably is now. A lot of the presenters and people who are involved are all volunteers, and it's called 101.8 WCRFM. You can check it out on YouTube. They've got their own little channel there. You can check them out on Twitter, 101.8 WCRFM, and then they've obviously got their Facebook, which I believe you told me had over like 1,300 followers and stuff like that. Yeah. So they're getting a bit more recognition, and our show, the Beatsa Bar radio show, is like one of the only sort of urban-ish kind of shows, because we play unsigned acts, we play reggae, we play grime, we play hip-hop, we play indie, we play any kind of music that basically comes from in and around the West Midlands. So that's our sort of niche. So if you want to send it in to us, hit me up on Facebook at Beatsa Bar Music or anything like that. So
fantastic. And we've got to go back inside now because
just heard it.
Girls playing, man.
Great timing. But anyway, nice to meet you,
John Paul.
Definitely.
Legend.
All right.
Cheers,
then, man.
mate. Thanks very much. Cheers, pal.
Bye.
All right. Joining me now. Hey, do you know that just went off?
Oh.
Just in time, because you have all these blowy things that I think they're extractor fans and that, and sometimes they get in the
Just
way.
background noise.
I know.
Don't need that.
Mind-blowingly brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Is what I would describe, or how I would describe your performance, young lady.
Oh, means a lot.
If you think of the city, Paris, and then put it's Clarice.
Caris, yeah.
Caris.
Yeah. Even got it in one of my songs.
Okay. Tell me all about Caris. I love your hair.
Signature, grey braids. Basically, I started out, I've always sort of played music from a young age.
Okay.
Started sort of producing my own stuff.
Yeah.
went through all the laptops, another second-hand computer, and uploaded one of my tracks, Unfazed. Didn't play it tonight, but it got selected for BBC West Midlands Introducing. And so that was the first time that I thought, someone other than my friends and family like this. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've just been writing my own songs and producing them and playing a few instruments and stuff. And it's great to be able to come out to such an amazing venue like the Jam House and get a nice reception. That's great. And now we're starting to get out on the road. And so yeah, watch out. Watch your space. I'm coming to a venue near you.
And when you say a nice reception, you almost got a standing ovation reception.
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, I get the crowd to have a bit of a sing-along as well, so it's always a good
All
test.
in water.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's always a good test if they actually sing along, which they did.
Could
It's
you
a
hear
great
my
crowd.
voice? I was singing back All in
Loud
Water.
and clear, right at the front. I saw you. But yeah, so EP's going to be coming out soon, and
Talk to me about it.
yeah, it's just a few tracks,
How
most
many?
of them which you heard today. 4.
Okay.
So the ones you heard today, and then Unfazed, which I was talking about, that's going to be on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And been working with guys down at Beats of Our music project and signed to West Park. So good things coming.
Which is all connected to, isn't it?
Yeah,
With
exactly.
John Paul.
John Paul,
and Derek.
yeah. Wolverhampton, we're going strong.
Is that where you're from, young lady?
I am. I know it doesn't
You don't
necessarily
sound like it, do you?
Born and bred.
Yeah.
Born and bred. And I know people are like, are you from London? No. No, I'm not. I'm from Wolverhampton. But yeah, pressing forward.
Whereabouts in Wolves?
At the minute, I just live Compton, sort of just
where
Bradmore.
were you born? Where did you grow up in Wolverhampton?
Church Road sort of area.
Okay.
Where's that? Yeah, Bradmore. Literally just pretty much moved down the road, and I'm still here. But I went to uni for a few years up in Leeds, came back and
Study music?
English language actually.
Right.
So I sort of went away and then came back and was like, oh, I need to do music. What am I doing? So I've launched myself fully into it, and here we are. It's as I said, it's great to be able to see the work I'm putting in pay off with such a reception like that. It's great.
Now you started with the old.
Start with a bit of piano.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I started learning piano at 10, so it's great to be able to start incorporating these instruments into my live set. Because I've produced and stuff in my room, when you get to hear that sound live, it's like, So it's amazing every single time. Obviously, you can't see me, but I've got a massive grin on my face because it's just nice to be able to hear stuff that you've only heard in sort of your head. Hear it live and hear people singing it back to you. It's great.
I watched you when you first come on,
Yeah.
and you're there on the piano, and I'm thinking, that noise isn't coming out of their mouth. That noise, that little girl there behind that piano, that big belting noise, that is not and I'm looking around the stage for somebody else.
Someone's throwing their voice
Honestly,
onto the stage.
and then you just get up and you just some people have got star quality and you have got it.
Oh, thanks.
You're on that stage
Thank
and
you.
you're owning that stage, and you're going, like you're feeding the pigeons in the park, and you go in there and they're all eating out your hand. That's what that audience was doing. They absolutely loved you.
I try. As I said, relatively new to this performing with my band now. So,
How long have you been performing?
in terms of musical groups, I mean, years looking
With
back
this
to school.
band?
But with this band,
yeah.
only a few performances we've
Really?
done. So, yeah, just a few. We've got a few more things coming up. We've got Bantalk Park. They've got a international music festival they're doing in August.
Where's that at?
Bantalk House Museum.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, just literally right by my house as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go far. And just a few things around the area. So, but obviously it's great to come out and practice these sort of things and have it go well, especially because we're relatively sort of new to playing with each other. But
You looked
it's
as
going
though
well.
you'd played with each other forever and a day.
That's what I want to hear.
The sound was fantastic. Talk me through your band.
Yeah, so you've got Derek on the acoustic guitar, who's actually part of Westport Records as well. And we sort of started out initially, me and him, because I play a bit of guitar as well. So the first couple of shows we did, just a few little open mics here and there.
Yeah.
And then we brought in Ruth on the percussion, he's amazing. And Colin as well. And it's all it's, as you said, earlier, a family. someone knows someone, they know someone. Before you know it, there's more people coming on board, and that's sort of how it happened. And obviously they're amazing, so it's great to be able to play with them, and it's going well so far. Yeah.
And websites and Facebook and Twitter,
of
because
course,
everybody on this planet, trust me, everyone on this planet wants to link up with you. Once they've heard you, they're going to buy your music, and you're not going to just stay in Wolverhampton. You're going to go around the globe.
Travelling, that's international. That's the goal.
Do you like travelling?
100%.
Get used to it.
I've got a bit of wanderlust, when you're always sort of itching. I want to go and visit that place.
Where would you like to visit? What place?
I would really want to visit at the minute Costa Rica.
Okay, why?
I've just heard it's beautiful. I've seen pictures online, all the wildlife.
Yeah.
Things you can't really do anywhere else.
You can't get the wildlife.
That's my kind
in
of holiday. Yeah, that's my kind of holiday. But yeah, Facebook. It's just facebook.com/Caris Auburn Music.
Can you spell it?
Of course.
Slowly.
Yes. So Caris, CARIS.
Yep.
And then AUBURN, Auburn, and then music.
Okay.
And the SoundCloud's the same, soundcloud.com/Caris Auburn Music. I'm on Twitter, just Caris Auburn, and my website, carisauburnmusic.com. So as long as you remember one thing, that will get you into most of the social medias. And I'm on there, updates, events, pictures from tonight, videos from tonight. They'll be
You've
up on
got a
there
great
as
team
well.
behind you.
I know.
You have.
I know.
I've noticed that tonight.
Yeah, it's great. They're right there with me, posting things and nagging me. You haven't posted that? Okay, I'm going to do it.
It's almost, though, tonight A Star was born on that stage.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear, because this is the first of this sort of gig that we've done in Birmingham.
It won't be the last.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. That's what we're aiming for, is to continue. We want it to snowball from here. So, yeah.
And you're so natural on the stage, and you're so lovely and natural off the stage as well.
Oh,
You're just a natural kid.
If you'd have seen me before, I was a bag of absolute nerves.
You're joking me.
Absolute nerves, and everyone says like, "Oh no, you don't." I'm like queasy, shakes, need to down water. And I was like, "You don't look nervous on the stage." I'm like, when I'm on the stage, it's fine. It's just getting up to that point. So yeah, but it's all done now.
Well, I tell you what, I'm absolutely chuffed that you got on that stage, because you blew me away, you blew everybody else away, and I tell you something, I could hear a pin drop when you were singing. That's always a sign of a star.
Good sign, yeah.
Can I thank you very much, young lady?
Thank you.
For your time.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Great speaking to you.
You're a superstar.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Follow me to Paris, have them cool your carrots. Tell me what you need, oh baby, you can have it. Take that silly frown off your face. What you mean you hate it, had it golden plated. What you mean you're joking, I mean you're joking. Take that silly smile off your face. Your love mixes with me like oil and water. Your love mixes with me like oil and water. See those faces
Right, back with John Paul.
Hello, hello.
I've just interviewed that young lady.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We've only known each other for a few hours, but I've never seen you move so fast, brother. Because she was starting.
He was in. Okay, right now we're with Derek.
Joining Derek, the other half of
West Park
Records.
of the project, and guitarist in the band as well.
Of course, I've been privileged, but you know, it's a privilege to work with Caris, and you know, when the EP comes out, I think people recognise talent and something fresh. I think that's what we're all looking for, basically.
Yeah,
Coming out
And
of the
that's it.
Midlands
Yes,
as
and it's out of Wolverhampton, Midlands.
it's a hotbed.
Talent. Yes, there's
It is
so much talent that's undiscovered.
Do you know, whether it's football or whether it's music or this is an area that's always punched really below its weight, and I
right.
think it's because the media have never really talked Birmingham and the Black Country up.
That's right. I think there's a stigma thinking that you have to go to be in London to be seen and heard. But if they
Or Manchester.
or Manchester, and that's right. But especially this time at this moment, so much talent that's going on. Yeah, very, very, very good.
And let me add as well that the fact that they're trying to say everything's in London, that has so much changed now. With the evolvement of, is that the word is, of the internet, social media, you can be in your bedroom and garner a following and hopefully sell tickets to your shows and all that kind of stuff. And with West Park Records, we've got the studio because of the link with the Beta Bar side of things. We've got the music marketing side with myself, Titsman PR. We've got the talent with the actual building of a band because Derek has got a lot of connections with building bands and stuff like that, and working with some very talented musicians and things like that. And then we just have the means and the know-how to just make it happen for ourselves without having to go to London. There are a few platforms in London that we will eventually have to go down and do, but we are quite pleased and happy that we've got our own infrastructure that's building slowly, but building, and we'll be able to do things ourselves.
And let's be honest, when you're looking at Birmingham and the Black Country, the conurbation, you're looking at numbers, you're looking 3-5 million people. You're looking at a big area. We don't need to go anywhere. We've got it all here.
Exactly true.
And do you know what I'm loving tonight? I'll just bum the egg guitar is in there. We got Grandmaster Ash that's on soon.
We got
bit like the old twang. You know what I'm saying? Who's like doing stuff with Calic. Calic's another massive artist from Warsaw. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Calic and his work, but Cal's superb. Up there we got the Brown Lion just over the church with Andy Bennett from Ocean Colour Scene. He's going solo now. Andy will be up there. I'm sure that's where Ryan the Lion's just been as well, probably going and doing some numbers up there. But there's such a fusion of different. James from Pleasure House is in there as well.
Right.
We've got there's just Apollo Soul.
It's a hotbed at the moment.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Megan Reese.
And just in this bar tonight, out supporting and being part of probably the best night that I've witnessed at the Jam House.
Wow, thank you.
Seriously.
That's good.
Well, I think when we seen the lineup, we just says, "Wow, how did they manage to pull this off?" And
Ben Drummond.
Yes,
exactly. He's the one. That's the reason.
He's the goes in the know at the moment. Definitely to get everybody to come down and perform this night, and it's free.
Exactly.
You don't have
to even busier.
People pay good money to come and see stuff like this. And
I tell you what, I'll be honest. If it cost you 20 quid tonight, you'd have had value for money. You would, wouldn't you?
Definitely.
Seriously, with the artists that we've had on show today.
Definitely. No. I don't think anybody will be going home disappointed tonight. You can see the place is still full.
Where else would you get in Birmingham? On a Tuesday night, a packed bar full of punters, networking artists out there supporting. This is, and I deem it the jewel in Birmingham's crown. Because this is a magic place.
Funny you should say jewel. Isn't it Jules Holland's bar?
Yes, it is.
I'm hoping you're paying attention to what's going on.
And it's also in the jewellery course.
It's good.
Double whammy, man.
You picked the right place, didn't you?
You did. Oh, God.
Hopefully he should find out what's going on in his own backyard.
Yeah.
It's his place, and I'll tell you something.
I'm not sure whether Jules has still got anything to do with it,
Okay.
I have to say.
He's still
Well,
saying it on
but
the
he-
website, though.
Oh,
He's
is he
still
re-
saying it on the website,
But he certainly opened it.
He started it off, he did.
And a
He
great
did.
name as well, a jam named after the greatest
Yes.
band ever that's walked the planet,
There
the Jam.
you go. There
You
you
know?
go. It's true. It's true.
Fantastic.
But anyway, if you guys do want to check us out,
Well, we definitely will be,
you
mate.
can check out what we're doing with the record label side of things on at West Park Records
Yep.
on Twitter, and we've got a fantastic Facebook fan page that anybody can go and like to keep up to date with what we're doing. So again, that's at West Park Records again, and then we're obviously on LinkedIn. Me and Derek Ritchie, John Paul. So if you want to do any business talks and whatever, go on LinkedIn and stuff. And then obviously come down and check out the studio, because that's where me and Derek mainly are based.
Yep.
At the Beta Bar Music Project in the New Hampton Arts Centre in Wolverhampton.
Superb.
And if there's any information, if you want to really catch up on Caris, what's going on, we've also got there's Amy as well.
Amy G, another
Amy
artist.
G.
Yeah, she's
Now,
not here today.
She's not here, but we can't divulge why not. But if you
Yeah.
keep your eyes and ears to the ground,
I know what you're saying.
you will soon find out.
Yeah.
So yes, it's all
And she's
happening at
another
the moment.
Wolverhampton girl.
And you're still looking to sign, because your label is all about signing a local talent,
Exactly
isn't
what
it?
it is. Exactly what it is.
So if there's any kids out there,
Yep.
you've got the talent.
Yep.
These guys are in the Wolverhampton and
Yeah.
Walsall,
Warsaw,
you know,
maybe,
and, but mainly Wolverhampton.
mainly Wolverhampton, because we just know that there's other labels
Yeah.
around, and it was just like we just wanted to sort of have a niche, so that's why we just
Yeah.
said Wolverhampton. But if somebody's married to someone from Wolverhampton, or there's a link
Yeah,
that you
there's
were
a
trying
link.
last time, you never know. You
You
never
know what
know.
I'm saying? Yeah.
But yeah, man.
And we've also got a link to the whole wide world with Spectre as well.
Exactly. So nope, definitely,
I'm
we'll
saying.
definitely keep in touch with you
Has
guys.
anyone told you, John Paul, you look a little bit like Kanye West?
I haven't heard Kanye West.
You do
but
a bit, don't you?
is-
He does, don't he? He does, Derek, doesn't he?
well, I wouldn't.
There is a little likeness, Derek, isn't
I
there?
hope I can get some of his money.
I'll tell you what, John Paul,
Thank you.
what a
Thank you,
top
Gabby.
man.
Yeah,
I've
man.
really
Thank you
enjoyed
very
your
much.
company tonight,
Thank
guys.
you. It's
Let's
been a
go in
pleasure.
and enjoy the rest of this evening, because there
Exactly.
are some absolutely superstars to follow.
that is true.
And Ryan is in there.
Yeah, Ryan. Yes,
His
you gotta
new
catch Ryan.
made over. I'm going to
Yes.
ask him all about his mate. You know what I'm saying?
He's had a makeover.
The main's
He's gone
gone.
corporate.
Yes.
He's gone corporate. On my radio show last week, I said he's gone corporate. He's
Yeah.
lost the mane. He's not the lion no more.
The Ryan the Liger is turning. The lion's turned into, I don't know.
A mouse, no.
Well, we'll soon find out.
We
But,
certainly will do.
well,
Guys,
it's been a pleasure.
cheers. Thank you. Joining me now, Tom Jones. I've always wanted to say that. Back of the net, ain't it? Tom Jones. Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. How about
Oh, you
that? What a name.
oh, it ain't the
No,
Welsh
I said,
bloke.
Yeah, the real Tom Jones, but he's a Tom Jones.
Oh, right. Are you Welsh?
No, I'm near Wales.
From
I
the
sound
Shire,
Welsh, don't I? So
Where were you born?
Shrewsbury.
Yeah, that counts, don't it? It does. Ryan, you've brought a superstar with you. He might not be from the valleys, and he might not be the Tom Jones, but he's a Tom Jones. He's your bass player?
Mate, he's an absolute superstar. Branching off from the clock tower,
Yeah.
I had to go solo.
Yep.
I was really looking forward to it, and I just wanted some really good musicians around me.
Yeah.
And I bumped into Tom. He looks the part, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? Got a great haircut as well.
Talking of haircuts, we've been on about this all night. Ryan the Lion, he ain't the Lion no more, but you've got the leopard print guitar strap still, haven't
I
you?
still had to have a little bit, mate, didn't I?
I know.
But
Where's it all gone?
It's all gone. It's I won't say a new look, maybe a new me.
It's a new look and it's new you.
Yeah, it's both.
But, Ryan, it's still sounding as brilliant as what you did at the Clock Tower. When you listen...
Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate
seriously,
that.
when you listen to acoustic people on the stage playing, and you'll bear me up, Tommy, won't you?
Yeah.
You're like, it's acoustic, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's like a band
Yeah.
playing acoustic. It's
I used
seriously,
to
isn't
watch
it?
him when he's playing solo and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, get people singing along and that in pubs
Yeah.
to it. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not many acoustic artists who can do that.
I think it takes quite a long time as an artist
Yeah.
to get your guitar to marry up with your vocal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And I've just about got it
Yeah.
now on this new project. I think I've always enjoyed doing it and loved doing it, but I feel more confident in what I'm doing with this new project. So
Tell me
maybe that's why.
Tell me
I
what's
don't know.
different. You know, how many people have you got involved in your project? Are you going to have another band around you like you were before? What happened to the Clock Tower? I don't want to get into the politics and
Okay.
stuff, but obviously you wrote some of the music from that. You know, will you be introducing some of that music into another set? Where's Ryan Evans going?
Well, at the moment, we're constantly rehearsing, grafting
Yeah.
away, playing as many shows up and down the country as possible. Just getting our face, well, my face and the lads' face.
Yeah.
They've got Tom Jones obviously on bass.
Yep.
Connor Dowd as well, Big Back.
Who's that?
Well, he was the drummer of the Clock Tower.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And everyone used to call him Big Back because he's got a rather large back.
Okay.
So, so it's just a free piece at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's working. I'm happy. But it might introduce some more members eventually. But for what we're doing at the moment, it's working. So I'm all good.
And your website, is that up and running again? And Ryan Evans, is your Facebook?
Facebook's
is your,
up and running.
Your Twitter?
Ryan Evans Official. Twitter's @_Ryan Evans UK. You can listen to me on SoundCloud at Ryan Evans Official. It's all over the internet. So if you put Ryan Evans Official or Ryan Evans UK, you'll be able to get hold of me that way.
And what have you been doing festival-wise?
We just done a festival in Telford Town Park.
Okay.
It was called Tea Party, and we were two before last band, was it? Yeah, and it was a great crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there from 10:30, sound checking, mingling about. I had a gig at a pub before
that.
that.
Doesn't surprise me.
Busy, which is great.
Yeah.
And then we came on and everyone was singing the songs, and I mean they're new songs, you know. So
Yeah.
the word is spreading. The word is spreading, which that's all I'm here for, you know, to spread the word,
Yeah.
do what I love doing, and spread it to the masses.
Were you up there at the Brown Lion with Callick and Andy Bennett earlier?
No, I was.
Okay.
I haven't been at the Brown Lions
Yeah.
for a long time. I'm meaning to keep. We've got to go up at some point.
Yeah.
I messaged Andy Bennett's Facebook page, and one of his team got back to me
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
I'll send the word back onto Andy. It'd be great to get him back in touch with him.
Yeah.
And obviously Khalik as well.
Yeah.
And Co. I love Co.
Oh, there's
What
just
a-
so
what a
many
bloke.
brilliant people in this area working with each other and supporting her tonight. You see like loads of musicians and the faces, and
This is a great venue. It's one of the best venues I've played. And
fourth time you played it as well, isn't it?
Fourth time, yeah. And it's just a great sound. Ben Drummond's great promoter. The engineer's great.
Yeah.
And we get to see people like yourself as well.
Well, you know, I turn
come
up
on.
every now and then. The Red Man, did you do that?
The Redman Festival, yeah. Kidderminster. That was wicked, wasn't it? Yeah. Same again.
Yeah.
People singing, and that's the place that we haven't really hit.
No, that's James Morris, isn't it? You have an association with that spin-off there, or it seems to me.
Okay.
It's like a bit of magic that's going on round Warsaw.
Warsaw,
And-
yeah. I mean, we're not signed to any of the label or anything, but James Morris gets us, well, he gets me and the band a lot of bookings, a lot of gigs. I can't thank him enough for that. That means the world, like. But yeah, he just helps us out. He's a great guy.
And John
So-
Paul's been singing your praises tonight.
And
as
JP
well.
at Pizza Bar,
I know.
that's where we rehearse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're there every week, aren't we? Rafting away, so.
I mean, how important, how integral is it to have all these people just there to pass on the advice, to help you out, to open the doors and
It's
to
unbelievable.
embrace
It's
you?
unbelievable, mate. I mean, since a young kid, I've always had an interest in music. Picked a guitar up when my uncle smashed me over the head. Didn't mean it. Obviously, he had me in his arms. Hit me with a guitar.
Was you
I
that
reckon
young?
I was that young, mate. Yeah, I've got pictures to prove it as well. But yeah, ever since then, started writing songs at the age of 12.
Yeah.
They were all right, and they've just progressed as I've got older. And I'm in a good frame of mind right now, so
Yeah.
anything could happen.
So where do you see yourself in 12 months' time?
Hopefully just doing what we're doing now, but
Okay.
bigger venues and hopefully selling out venues. I think it's a step. If we can take it step by step, hopefully meet a manager, get management on board, and just go from there and release an album, hopefully.
How
Yeah.
far down the line would an album be? Have you got an EP out?
I haven't got an EP out. We've
Okay.
released 2 singles to date.
Yeah.
EP will be next. Like I've got 6 albums worth of material, if
Yeah.
not more. But it's just the fact of sitting down and saying, well, do we release this album, and when do we release it, and you know what I'm trying
Yeah, I
to get
know
at?
what you're saying, yeah.
So 2 singles out for people to listen to so far. Back in the studio as soon as possible, working on something else. So.
after dark. The stray cats carry me home in the summer. Our routine. You won't ever change my ways. I feel a surge running through my veins. I wanna feel you push the barriers in time. You can rock your roll in a topless bar, but they all keep their shades on. You know me, always in the middle. You gotta ease up, one shot down in the heart of the city. Poverty. You put me in a tingle state. I lip sync all the words you made. I wanna feel you push the barriers in time. I wanna feel you push the barriers in time. Amongst the masses, I will wait for. I will wait for. ATM, I'm falling. Stay with me, my darling. From the seed it will grow. If you hear me calling, stay with me. I'm falling. From the seed it will grow. I wanna feel you push the barriers in time. Amongst the masses, I will wait for. I will wait for. I will wait for. I will wait for.
Yeah.
And gigs within the next couple of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, what have you got? Where can people hook up and see Ryan when you're back at the Jam House next, for instance?
We're playing all over the country. I should just tell people to go onto our
Website's
Facebook page
yeah.
because there's that many gigs. I can't remember offhand. So that's how.
Are you still going down to London? Last time we hooked up, you were down the Smoke a lot,
Yeah,
weren't you?
down London, Manchester. We've got some Liverpool gigs coming up and stuff like so. Just spreading the word as much as I can. I mean, I'm a strong believer in grafting.
Yep.
In the sense of getting to that venue,
Yeah.
doing what you do, meet people, speak to them. I love speaking to people.
Yeah.
Getting to know their feedback on what I'm doing because I think the fans are the most important thing for me. Like
Definitely superb, mate.
That is the most important thing.
Absolutely
watching my
smashed
music,
it,
like.
blew it away. I thought you were dynamite.
Thank you very much.
And Tom, you were superb as well, kid.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Yeah, man. Just like back up what Ryan says. Basically, I'm enjoying what
Yeah.
we're doing at the minute, and we're all seem to clicked in really well, and it's working. Like so, just keep doing what we're doing.
Brilliant, guys. Can I thank you for your time?
Thank you very much.
Grandmaster Ash is on now. Can you hear? He's loud.
I've got to go and check him out.
I know. I'm going to as
it's
well.
the first time I met him tonight as well. You know.
I haven't met him yet.
I've got him on the Facebook, but yeah, he's wicked, isn't he?
He plays the drums. He plays everything, doesn't he?
One man
I'm
band.
gonna cup hold him in a bit, hopefully.
All right.
Cheers, Ryan.
Mate, thanks again.
Tom,
Cheers,
superb.
Thank you. Cheers.
Brilliant. I love you on The Voice. Oh, blimey. It's been a long one. Good night. God bless. Thanks for listening. Ta-da.
Firecracker smacking back along a lost and lonely track. Cause I think I've been trapped inside the web of my own truths and lies tonight. lost, you may be found, a fleeting foot on changing ground. Spick a sparrow, throw a stone, you won't need no direction home tonight. Find something, lose something, build something, break something, move something, shake something. You might create something right. So please drink from my broken cup and please read from my open book. I don't need much but the same thing back, so please say you can grant me that tonight. Find something, lose something, build something, break something, feel something, fake something. You might create something right. It's not a sin you've given and you had no choice but choose to win or lose and sit outside the game. Watch it spin again tonight. Find something, lose something, build something, break something, heal something, save something, steal something, pay something, feel something, fake something, move something, shake something, love someone, make something. You might create something right. When you lose the things that made you, you are skewed. The glittering goals that eat at you reside but don't ignite in you tonight.